Hey guys, I'm Serious Man Toby, and today I will be analyzing Shino Aburame. Now, Shino has really intrigued me since the patch, simply because prior to the patch, he was a solid character to pick against meta, but I don't know, like, it seemed like he was more or less a character that people just kind of used when they wanted to use something different, and I do recall Playco Armboy using Shino heavily and he was really efficient with them. But I don't really, no other names really come to mind prior to the patch. And pretty much the patch didn't really touch him, so I just want to discuss exactly where he is in the meta, where I think he can go, things like that. Me personally, when I think about Shino and I think of everything he has, when you look at his projectile combos, he has two infinites, one right there and one right here, and they do all infinite into each other. Even though that one doesn't look like it does, it definitely does infinite. In fact, I can show you that right now. It definitely does infinite. Look at that. So he can get rewarded for his combos from even across the stage. Like you can be across the stage and you can infinite. It doesn't matter where you are. All of his strings connect. Well, kind of, sort of. This string right here usually doesn't connect. It's usually a good pressure string, but it doesn't really matter. This string right here will connect from certain ranges. If you're out of range of that last hit, it won't connect. However, this string tends to connect from pretty much any range, the up combo string. So he does get rewarded a lot more in comparison to the other X characters. But me personally, I think Shino's a fine character in the meta. He just, I feel like honestly, he, I don't really know why. Like I think that Shino, he's not really slept on, but I don't know if it's just that maybe the top players like I think it's just that everyone gravitates towards like what's more or less proven. What I mean by that is that everyone knows that hey, you can pick Nagato and go in with them. Everyone knows, well, not everyone, but a lot of people know that you can pick Neji now, you can go in with them. So I feel like Shino just um he hasn't proven to be a consistent staple in a metagame simply because he takes a lot of work to use efficiently. There's a lot of little things you have to understand about Shino in order to execute him properly at a high level. At a low level, it isn't really that bad. But you have to understand exactly how you can start his strings when people are just throwing projectiles. You have to understand when it's appropriate to finish the neutral combo and when it's appropriate to not finish the neutral combo. You have to switching also takes the level up a notch because with switching you can do things like if you want to, you can finish a combo and just go into some different stuff, or like if you switch to a different character you can switch and then give them an opportunity like that. So there's a lot of layers to Shino when you break it down. I feel like Shino, if I were to put him if I were to rate him, I'd say honestly, Shino as it stands in the metagame. I don't know if you guys have often heard about this, but usually with other tier lists, they call a character the gatekeeper. Basically, he's the person. He's like, basically, it's the character that's like the last character put in like top tier. And basically, like obviously they're the gatekeeper. They're the gatekeeper leading. They're the gate. They're at the beginning of the gate, leading into all the top tiers. I would probably put Shino there, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look into him a little bit more. Maybe ask him more questions, things like that. But as it stands in the metagame, I think Shino is a fine character. If you like Dadar and you're worried about, let's say you want to play Dadar against, some other top players, like Playco, Mask, anyone like that, I honestly would insist that if you feel like you can't do it, or if you've played them and you're like, man, you got destroyed and stuff like that, maybe you should try Shino because he's like Dadar, but simply better, honestly. He gets rewarded off his combos a lot better than Dadar. His strings track, and he just has more interesting setups about him. Like I've been using him a lot on rank lately, and it's just crazy what kind of crazy setups you can come out with him. And it's just, man, I've overwhelmed a lot of people with him, and I've done some interesting things with his jutsu primarily because his jutsu is just so good because although it's slow, it grinds up against the guard like that. And a lot of times if they sub, sometimes they'll sub and they'll just still get hit by it. They'll get clipped by it and they'll get pushed back. So you can just do a lot of interesting things with that jutsu in combination with switching. And then his general application of his bugs is just really good. When you're far away and their guard is on blue, you know, you want to just kind of maintain your range and you want to clip them. So like, well, this isn't a guide. I was about to get into explaining. I was about to go in depth on this, but this is just an analysis. I might do a guide on Shino soon after I finish some other guides, but for right now, just wanted to take in and analysis and analyze Shino because it's a pretty interesting character. He's a really fun character. I've been having a lot of fun with him just because of how good his range is and just what kind of interesting things he can do with his bugs and how rewarded he is from his bugs. His bugs reward him heavily. You know, he can maximize his damage, and all in all, he's a really good zoning character. So if you're into Dadar or 1010 and you don't really feel like you can go far with them, I would honestly suggest, you know, picking up Shino if you're into those kinds of characters in this game, because he is without a doubt the best projectile-based character, and there's a lot of fun things that you can do with him. That's pretty much it for my analysis of Shino right now. In short, he's a really good character, and I'm not sure how good he is in terms of the other top characters, but I know he can definitely hang and you can definitely get far with him. So, without further ado, thank you guys for watching, and this is Mysterious Man Toby.